Come on, gather round, everyone. Here we are. It's a one-day special hour again. I love being beckoned in by Catherine. It's kind of, there's no other answer but, yes, miss. Yes, yes. Here I come. Here I go. Look, John's here as well. He knows when he's been told.
Yeah, I still can't believe she made that dress out of the old red velvet set dressing from here.
I know.
Because I remember that, and it was so thin. I mean, yeah, bless her, she did an amazing job.
It does look brilliant as well, doesn't it? It really suits her.
She should be in that era.
I do keep saying, like, come on, wear it again, wear it again. It's super, super. I think our ratings would go through the roof, wouldn't they? Right, OK. It's one day special hour. Of course, we are celebrating our birthday. We're not all dressed like this just for the sake of it, you know. We've got cakes and everything. And as part of the birthday celebration, we've credited every single craft store account with £6 because it's our 6th birthday. To unlock that £6, all you need to do is spend 40 and it'll automatically come off at the checkout. You can do it once through the birthday bonanza, which ends on
Wednesday.
Thank you, John. Wednesday. So make sure you unlock it before that happens. Now, of course, that means that there is also, as part of the celebration, a free gift in every show. And somehow, given the number of sales there have been in the one-day special shows, just before I show you anything, we didn't quite anticipate the huge volume of orders that would come in. So there was a certain number of random embossing folders that were allocated as free gifts, and you'll get one of these at random with your order if you're shopping on this show. We didn't quite anticipate just how many orders there would be, so you've had to have a very, very surreptitious word with Peter, haven't you?
I did. I had to ask the boss, and I got back saying, it'll be a random embossing folder. Yeah. So I'm taking that as being, yes, keep going.
Yes, carry on.
I don't think we'll be doing it again. This has got to be the end of what we've got of stock.
Yes.
It really has.
And the minimum value of your free gift is £4.99. Could go anywhere depending on number of orders that come in. I'm just saying that.
It could. I know that we have some stock of some A4 ones in there.
Yeah.
Again, that they may end up getting to at the end. I just don't know.
Listen, that's the joy of a birthday celebration. You never know how many people are going to turn up to the party. Let's talk one day special because it is one incredible collection launched as a premiere last night here with John. It is the complete classic Christmas collection. It is a massive collection of dies here. They are absolutely beautiful. Various designers and designs going into this, John. So it's a really kind of family collaboration with Crafts too. And before we talk about it, I need to tell you that over 80% of the entire stock, even that stock that John holds to one side just in case, even that stock, all of that has been poured in, and actually, I don't know if it's a little maybe indelicate to say this, but there are other people who were potentially after your extra stock to one side.
I was getting messages after this morning's show from friends saying, which panic level am I on? I may need some more. Yeah. And I'm like, level 5 at the moment.
Yeah,
because...
and increasing.
Yes.
And we've still got this live hour, and we've still got another live hour at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, John, in a nutshell, this collection is like a new look at Christmas as well, isn't it?
It is what I wanted to do. Christmas is my favourite time. It is for designing and for creating and crafting. And one of the things I've always said for years is, if you're looking to get into card making, crafting and paper crafting, use Christmas. People are so much more forgiving at Christmas. If you make them a handmade Christmas card and you may think, oh, that's not brilliant when you look back next year, they will love it. Yeah. That's what got Sam's mum into it. She made her own Christmas cards 3 years ago and has not looked back. So I think it's more forgiving. And what I wanted for this collection was it to be each one be available to be used as a standalone piece. So if your budget goes to one die, you just need that one die. That all of the 6 in the collection will tie together, but also that they will tie together with what I did at the end of July in the first release, but they will also match with everything I've done in Christmas for the last 4 years, and they will match going forward. Because there's already some designs for next year that are actually already on my drawing board.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's how long it takes, actually.
That's literally how long
the
development takes. Yeah. So the idea was, if you want just one, it'll work. Yeah. If you want all 6, it'll work. If you've got my old ones, it'll work. If you've got some from the last one, it'll work. It'll all mix and match and create you. The idea I wanted it to be is you've got thousands of combinations for your money.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, listen, it's 6 die sets. I don't know where we are with the ability to buy individually. Last night, 2 of the 6 had already sold out individually. OK, we'll let you know as we go through them. Of course, the biggest value is in buying the complete collection with the extra saving if you're a Freedom member as well. You have got the flexi order. And, of course, you might be able to shoehorn your £6 credit out as well by buying the one-day special if you haven't so far. Amazing. So let's talk through. So this is
Mark's tree.
Mark's tree, yeah.
So
and
Mark is Peter and Jane's son.
Right.
Mark runs the warehouse at Crafts too.
OK.
And we started with Peter's tree, which was a stamp the year before last.
Yeah.
Last year we had Jane's tree, which was a Christmas tree. This year we've got Mark's tree, and so this is a little bit freer, a little bit more open.
Lovely.
Tree, hand-drawn with the joy, hope and peace on it. You've got a very classic, almost Baroque frame.
It's beautiful.
But I love the frame, and you would think that that will fall apart and is flimsy, and it's not. Even those little bits are actually held in, so they hold, the points hold in place.
Yes.
They don't flop down.
Yeah,
you don't need to acetate it. But I also made sure that the piece that comes out is a beautiful background piece on its own.
It's awesome.
Because
it really is.
It's a waste of card. If it comes out and it's ugly,
there's
a good piece of card wasted.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's set number 1. I'm going to whiz through these because I realise that we are at the 4th of the 5th live hours. I know a lot of you have seen this and have got your orders in. Here's the next one, and this is one of the most versatile die sets.
It is. So in here you've got 4 dies, but they will mix and match in loads of combinations to give you DL frames, DL ribbon threaders, inserts. If you watched Derek and I last night, you can use that panel to cut 3 times to make a square. That will just that's the one that, if you're only going to go for one and you want to make lots of different things, that's your one.
Alas, individually, not a possibility.
But we put loads on that one individually.
Yeah, I know, but, well, there you go. Then we have got the pear tree with the frame, of course. Love this. It's just so sweet. Again, it's not a possibility individually, just in the one-day special, just before you say, if you can only go for one, it's not this one.
Well, no, this is my favourite because this is so delicate, so simple. And a friend of mine messaged me between shows and said she felt that the tree could be used as the tree of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sent me a beautiful definition of it, so it's worth looking it up. So that, again, use all year round. I need to do a sentiment that says it's all gone pear-shaped, just so that we can use that for later in the year.
Yeah. And you got the partridge there as well, which is really cool. There's lots of them around at the moment. Now, this is whose bauble? Linda.
This is Linda's bauble.
Linda's bauble.
So Linda has worked for Crafts 2 for over 20 years. Linda used to demonstrate on TV for Crafts 2 many moons ago. And if your order comes to you from Royal Mail, then Linda will have popped it in for you and packed it.
Fabulous. I've got to show you one of the most incredible samples using this as well, because it is just beautiful. That's not available individually as well.
No.
So just to let you know, out of the one-day special, there are only 2 options available individually, and it's the final 2 that we're going to look at right now, which is the Noel. We did such an amazing demonstration last night, just to show you that you've got kind of the film strip option here, or taking all the letters and the snowflake individually, and you've got the matte dies for every one of the 5. So 4 letters and the snowflake. You've got the matte dies for it as well,
Yeah,
so you don't have to do it
There's
5 times over.
There's nothing more boring than taking one outside die and cutting each letter individually with it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So I put 5 in.
It's so lovely. And again, as I said last night, it means that you're not confined to, with a stamp or a die that's kind of pre-prescribed, it's Noel. Noel, not Noel.
No,
Noel.
It can be Noel.
Well, yeah, it can. Yeah, if you know someone who's called Noel. But usually it's pre-prescribed, left to right. Noel, that's it. One direction, that's it, no other choices. With this, you could go vertically, you go horizontally, diagonally, whichever way you wanted to. And the final one is the fabulous snowflakes, and this is available individually, as is the Noel set as well. Why did I say Noel? I was talking about somebody called Noel with Yanis just before I came on, that's what it was.
You just got off the phone with Noel Edmonds, haven't you?
Oh, no, he never stops ringing. 983-236 is your item number. I love the way, you know, cutting in or cutting out for those just gives you masses of options,
I wanted it again to be, and that there's no jiggery pokery on that background where it's cut out. They will hold like that, but I'm going to show you how well they do in the second demo.
Yeah.
Because I always do small elements like that as a plate.
Yeah.
So it means I prescribe how they're going to lay out.
Yeah.
I wanted a couple of times in this sort of whole launch, because up till the end of September, where you get the choice of where to put them down.
Yeah.
So it's worth it.
And yeah, it absolutely is, because you want that versatility, because actually, naturally, as human beings, and the great thing is, John, as a crafter, is designing this for you, so he knows, don't just give me one way to do things, because I will want to do every other way that it can be done. Do you know what I mean? I want to break the rules. I want to be the rebel with a cause.
Yes.
And so he's, as a crafter, designing ranges like this and how they go together, he's saying, actually, you know what? Here's how I would do it. So actually, that's what I want for you as well. And you seem to love that year after year after year. In fact, John was telling me last night, it's our 6th birthday, obviously this week, and this is the 6th August bank holiday weekend.
This is the 6th
in a row,
August bank holiday weekend in a row I have worked on Hochanda / the craft store.
When you say work, John, you say work. This is a joy, isn't it? This isn't work. This is not like being at work.
No, it's great. I get my own little room, and in between shows, there's a sofa I can sleep on.
I know.
And you know I usually do.
Yeah, and seriously, yeah, and I don't even need to creep past, because our dressing room is just the other side. But I swear that this man could sleep on a washing line, and sleep soundly as well. I think, you know, anything could happen. You could have a brass band sat next to him, and unless the alarm went off, he'd be like, no, I'm sleeping, that's it now. That is that most incredible sample. I love it. Right, OK, so let's show you what else is on the show as well, because over 80% of the one-day special sold out and gone, so not many opportunities to grab that now. And something else that you will definitely want to get, because talk about celebrating the birthday. Can I just tell you, on this bundle, these are absolutely fantastic. These are your brand new festive pollens that are, you know, far more than just pollen. Pollen with sparkle galore times 100. Now, there is an item number just to buy all 6 of those for £18.99, but I'm not even going to show you that, because for £1 more, not only can you get these 6 new festive pollens, but you'll also get the fabulous pearls, the fabulous flat backs, I can't speak today, and the little tools to pick them up and to apply them, and the big bag of the artificial snow there as well from Crafts 2 for just £1 more. So why wouldn't you? And that's why we're approaching 80% of the stock of that bundle, which has gone £19.99. Definitely get that into your basket as quickly as you possibly can, and look at the difference it makes. And it's the composition of this pollen, isn't it? That's really key.
Yeah. What you've actually got with it is, and it's really difficult to sort of explain, but if I open a pot, that looks, at the moment, that looks like gold glitter. But can you see different colours in there?
Yeah.
If I actually put that onto a piece of paper, you'll see that you've got in there different sizes, different shades. You've even got sand in there to make it pollen, so it's not all glitter.
Yeah.
And as you clean it off, you see there are bits stuck on it.
Yeah.
That is the mica and the interference in different sizes.
It's like diamond dust,
So
isn't it? I love it.
It's so much like that. It's so different. I mean, it is a nightmare. I mean, I've just put that back in the pot. Look, that is the static sticking. I'll show you on the overhead carefully. That's the static sticking to the paper of the finest. There's no grit there at all. That's literally fine.
That's beautiful.
So it's even got interference in. It's marvellous stuff.
It's so nice. And look at all the colours you get as well. You get the green and the blue and the red and the gold and the silver and the white as well. All the colours that you want for your festive card making. So please, because there is an item number for just the pollens, which is just the 6 of the pollens for £18.99. But for just on this item number, for just £1 more, you get the flat backs, you get the applicators, and you get the snow there as well for just another £1. So why wouldn't you? And you have been. 016725, grab those, because I think that deal will be just good for today as well. So add those to your order. Right, OK, now, very, very quickly, and then, John, I promised there was some demo time, I promised. We have got the Festive Flag Sentiment Stamp Set, and the Funky Tags die set as well. Now, you get both of these together at £14.98. Now, to my mind, like, it could have been one or the other for that kind of price tag. But listen, we are where we are, and these go beautifully with the one-day special, because, again, they don't overtake, they don't overpower from the imagery, do they?
They don't.
Just
No,
sit there beautifully.
They've been sized so that they will work on the card. They'll be the sort of sentiments you would see on the Christmas cards you could buy, but they don't have to be the main thing. Sometimes we've got very much recently into sentiments being the main element of the card.
Yes.
So why buy a beautiful die that creates your beautiful background and then stick a massive sentiment over it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, we're trying to wish them more than that and show our artistry.
Absolutely.
And that's why, and I think this sample is probably the best example of that.
Yes.
Because to me, that is a beautiful card, but without that sentiment, it doesn't work. It needs to have that working in there just to pull it together and tell you what you want to say.
And this one as well, same. It just sits there delightfully in the background, but it doesn't draw your eye away from the focal feature, which is this wonderful historic image and the background with the paper there and just the detailing, the snowflake. It's wonderful composition. It's beautiful. 754782 is your item number for those. Then you get the two together for £14.98. Now, I'm so sorry, John. It's your fault. I blame you entirely.
Sorry.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's free gifts, which are absolutely ridiculous. There's this brilliant one-day special and the goodies with the pollen, and there's a brand new happy hour. Now, approaching 20% of this has already gone so far already. You've already been checking it out. It is 2 sets of... We're getting both. Right, so it's an embossing folder and the dies. Now, I've only just seen these for the first time, John. There's absolutely no way that we should be saying, here, have both of these for £9.99. Absolutely no way. It's not a choice of. It's not option 1 or option 2. You get the two together for as long as the stock lasts. It won't last the whole hour. I can pretty much confidently predict that.
No. But you would pay for 3 butterfly dies, you would expect to pay more than £9.99.
Yeah.
But you're getting 3 butterfly dies and 3 bird dies and matching embossing folders to go with them. I just think it's great, but we need room. We've got more new ranges coming in, and we need room in the warehouse.
Clearly, and I think Peter will be mightily pleased with you and us collectively, and you as well. We're all working together to clear that space that Crafts 2 need in their warehouse for all the new goodies that John hasn't yet told Peter is coming in. 071550 is your happy hour. Let's go to the website. Make sure you shop ahead. You know that once your basket goes over £60, you can flexi it. Once your basket goes over £40, remember, if you haven't unlocked your birthday bonanza discount of £6, you can do it with an order over 40, and it will automatically come off at the checkout. Please, 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 just check out as quickly as you possibly can. There are amazing card packs. We'll look at those in more detail later on in the hour, but if we don't stop now, John's not going to get anything done in this hour. We've got the Kaleido on the hour as well, and that's been really, really popular. I just need to stop talking right now. John, let's get going, shall we?
So what I wanted to show you is this is a card made using the Noel and the pear tree frame. And what I love about this, I mean, it's not about showing off, but to me it was. When I cut the pear tree frame out of Waterfall glitter card, I was genuinely shocked, because there's no way that coating should have survived.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it did.
Yeah.
But one of the things I wanted to show you is I love Noel as a sentiment. Yeah. I've done it a couple of times over the years, but every time I've tried to do it in a different way. I love this font. It's like Times New Roman with the serif, but it's actually just held in place in sort of 3 points or 4 points. It's almost floating.
It's really commanding.
But people would say, how do you get that depth and how do you get an even space there? So what I wanted to show you is how we can easily do that, because anyone who's followed me and knows my cards knows you can spot one of my cards without the name on it because something on it will be wonky. And it's genuinely true. Every single time I'd never get things 100% straight. I'm no good at it.
Right.
I insist on dies being mathematically correct, just trying to get it like that. And it doesn't work.
Right.
Now, I showed this technique in a couple of weeks ago in the technique show, but we didn't have the inserts in, and now we have. So a great friend of mine, Sheila Tootin, messaged me and said that she'd discovered using the acetate version of these, she could make the perfect square frames.
Right.
So, you know, when you do a multi-layer of frames like this one, so if I show you that one, if you look there how every single layer is right, I couldn't do that before. And what we do is we use these and we cut, making sure the gaps are even.
Okay.
And I thought, brilliant idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've been able to put these on as well. I think it's an end of call.
End of call. So when you check out your basket, you'll be offered a few items with no extra delivery charge. on them, and one of them will be, there you go, you can see it's that 50 paper insert sheets there for £4.99.
Yeah, these are so useful. So what I need to do in here is I need to create a square window evenly of 4 dies separately. So what I would normally do is I would normally put them down, 4 of them, and this is why it's important to have more than one. Can you imagine running this card through 4 times just to do this? Because they put one in.
No, well, not keeping everything where it needed to be.
Look, I'm trying to get by eye, and I'm genuinely trying.
Yeah.
Okay. It's every time I move one,
yeah,
it's more and more difficult to get them even. So I thought, well, why don't I use the insert trick? Because these are paper and these are completely correct. So
okay.
all I do is tape it down to the card and use the lines on the grid.
Oh, do you know what? It's so simple when you say it, isn't it? Yeah.
Here, I know. Why I didn't... We've had these for 2 years. Genuinely, for 2 years.
Well,
and I never thought of it. It took a customer or friend telling me, have you thought about using those to make your frames straight?
But you know what, John? Life needs to be full of lots of light bulb moments, doesn't it? Can I just quickly tell you, oh my word, it's happening again. The happy hour. Well, actually, about 30 seconds ago, I was just told 50% of the stock had gone. That's now approaching 60. So it's fair to say that you're shopping ahead for that one, I think, one. Anyway, so that only needs a quick mention. But I told you it wouldn't last the hour. It won't either. Sorry, John, where were we?
That's OK. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put the first one up against these 2 straight red lines here.
Yeah.
I've just put the black marks on to make it easier for you to see. But look, put that up against there and against there and tape it down. Yeah. And because these are so thin, up against there and tape it down. Again, because these are mathematical, all I need to do is give the same spacing there. So, so just same centimetre in between, tape that one down, same one there, and that is now even. So what I can do is simply, because this is a little bit wide and I don't want to waste it, I'm going to take that little strip off and I will use that. But what I can do with that is if I want to have Noel going down, I use that bit. And look, match to that line there and that line there. Yeah. And then I can get those evenly spaced. And what you can actually do, I think I've got it in my box somewhere, I've kept the ones I've made so I can drop them back in. Yeah. And reuse them. And they'll be wonk-free. They are wonk-free. Be very careful how you say that. Yes. But I'm very good at making... But if you look now, so all I have to do is cut that as it stands. Yeah? With the paper already... With the paper, because it's paper. Yeah, because that's what it was there for. Yeah, run it back. And then, if I want to repeat that card as a batch Christmas card, there it is. You would just sit the dies in it again. I would just literally put that back down and cut it again. Yeah. But there, and look, for the first time ever, it's even! Yay! Which I don't ever manage to do. Yeah, see, it can be a really, really difficult thing to do. And actually, it's only that one being slightly off, which, you know, however we all think, oh, I can do that by eye, it's fine. I can do that, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. There will always be one. There will always be one that will move. And you'll notice it forever. And you'll even point it out to the person you give the card to. Oh, don't look at that top right square because it's wonky. I'm sorry. I thought I'd got it right by eye and da-da-da-da-da. And you'll apologise for it. And it'll be a beautiful card. Yeah. And the thing is, we shouldn't be apologising for our cards. And what we want to be doing with this, the idea is we're making handmade, not homemade. Yes. And that to me is really important. So I want to now put the letters behind. And this is why it's important they're separate. So I'm just putting this over gold mirror card. So, hello. It normally waves in. Good to see me. So again, I'm just going to tape that down to keep it secure. Yeah. OK, but this is a great way where the Kaleido comes in. Because the base of the Kaleido is magnetic. Which a lot of people don't realise. So what it means is this is really good for positioning dies. So I'm actually going to put my plate on. I'm going to tape the die, the card and the red down to the board. Yeah. So I'm going to take my N, but you see it starts to grab the magnets, so it's not going to move as much. So now I put that in place exactly. So not only has the inserts helped me get that straight,
Yes.
it means that I can get the letters straight in the space. So all I need to do is just tape each one of these in.
If you want the Kaleido, it is on the show. It's an amazing machine as well, by the way. It's so, so good. OK, I need to give you updates as well. Yes, so Kaleido details are there. Sorry, there's so many things going on at the show all at once today. It's you, John. It's you. There's so much going on. Happy hour. 3/4 of the stock now sold out and gone. You are getting both of these embossing folders and the dies there for £9.99. How ridiculous is that? It could only be, couldn't it, when John's in town, this kind of thing happening. It's ridiculous. We don't even know if Peter and Crafts do even know that this is happening. But hey, listen, it's Bank Holiday Monday. We're out of official office hours. Let's just make the most of it, shall we? And there's going to be a brand new happy hour as well in the final call show at 4 o'clock. So make sure you are here, unless Peter's been watching.
It's very good at 4 o'clock. Peter actually picked it.
Oh, did he?
Fell at 4 o'clock is very good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very good price. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to say,
awesome.
I know even the producer doesn't know what it is, only I know what it is.
Oh, OK.
It only pops up on your system just before the hour, you see. So
Yes.
just keep it. So what I've done is just taped those into place. So all I do is just lift that one off. Because the last thing you want to do is run that back through.
Yes, of course.
Because it will crush it and it can spoil that beautiful stitch detail. But look now, if you try to put those down, they almost look as if they're not even, but they are even, they're even to that. So just run that through, backwards and forwards. And I love this. Even with the mirror card, I don't need to shim this because the dies and the machine work so well together. I'm not funny, but that to me, it looks so expensive. This is where it looks like a Selfridges card.
Yeah.
You know, it's got that beveled edge. It's the proper gold.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do now is add a little bit of foam tape, if something can cover a minute, in between.
Well, right, what shall I do? Because I've got an email from someone here. It's a bit of a... Actually, you'll be able to do this, because you can do and think and say at the same time. Maggie sent me an email saying, I've got no signal, I'm in the countryside, I've just got enough Wi-Fi to send this email. Would you be so kind to ask John a question for me, please? I think I'm doing something wrong with my never-ending dies that I purchased from the craft store. The long cuts of the dies seem to come out approximately 2 millimetres wider, and when I put the two pieces together, at present I'm trimming it off with a craft knife on the length. I've watched the YouTube tutorials, use different weights of card, and I still get the overhang. What am I doing wrong, please?
You're not doing anything wrong, Maggie. You are expecting too much of yourself, your machine, your dies and your card.
OK.
And this is a big problem we have as crafters.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come out absolutely laser perfect, we think we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
We're not. Depending on the pressure in your machine, the card type you're using, even sometimes how you lay the die down, whether they're even or other sides, what can happen is the card can stretch slightly.
OK, right.
And it happens a lot. And when we're cutting 4 pieces, the never-ending card is 4 pieces of card which sit at different sides.
OK, right, yeah.
So what happens is, and again, I'm sure I did it on the video, but maybe not. It may be in one of the shows. It happened to me. All you do is trim it off. There is nothing wrong with doing that.
No.
Sometimes you will get an overhang, and it may be that every time you will get an overhang. Just cut it off. There is nothing wrong. You're doing nothing wrong. It's just that because I think we forget that, you know, when you're sewing with fabric, you sometimes go on the bias.
Yes.
And it goes off a little bit and the seam goes a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
And we think that paper and card are like fixed things.
Yes.
And they're not. They're made of fibres just like fabric.
Yeah, of course.
So depending on your machine, the pressure, the plates, the state of them, it can stretch or move. Don't worry, just trim it off. Stop blaming yourself. It's life.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a better way to say it than that, to be honest.
You're absolutely right. And actually, John was showing some techniques last night in the launch show and in the 8 o'clock show, where he's happily trimming away actually to the better. It actually gave you some shortcuts as well. Sometimes that's just the way life is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the end result that really matters, isn't it?
It's what it looks like when it's finished and the fact it works and the fact the beauty of the thing you've made. You know, if you pulled apart half of my cards, you would see the bits where I'm going to do it on this one. And I'm literally going to stick this over the frame, and it fits exactly. But, of course, my frame piece is bigger. is smaller. So I'm going to over-trim that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with doing shortcuts, honestly. So I've cut this frame already.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's helped. If not, just private message me.
Yeah. Well, I think Maggie's not on any social media.
Bless her.
She doesn't have any signal because she lives in the middle of TikTok.
Oh, I love that. I can't. I'd love to go on holiday somewhere like that, desperately, to be honest.
Yeah, I know just the holiday cottage that you need, actually.
Oh, right, yeah. We'll take the details off you.
No signal unless you walk 10 minutes to the beach.
Perfect.
There you go.
I can't
really
get a signal,
need
I
that.
can't work.
I'll get Sam the details later.
So all I've done is I've cut that already in the mirror card. I've dropped the die back in.
Yeah.
So another trick we forget we can do is just dropping the die back into place, tape it down, and I'm just going to run that through. So I'm just speeding this one up just so I can show you.
Yeah.
Again, because this may help. Is it Maggie?
Yes.
I'm not usually very good with names, I'm sorry. But again, a little bit of foam tape goes a long way. I only use 2mm.
Okay.
Because it gives that definition without making the card too big to post.
Yeah, of course.
If you only got 2 or 3 layers of 2mm foam in your cards,
Yeah.
they'll still go as a letter.
Yeah.
It's only when you start to go over about 1 centimetre that you have to go to a large letter. And I'm cheap.
Well,
I'm a Yorkshireman, you know, I'm not spending money I don't need to.
a stamp's not these days.
It's not,
I say
no.
my own personal opinion. But it's gone up a lot since our day, John, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can remember how much it used to be as well.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, I made sure these are 2 separate die sets, but if you can see, the Noel fits exactly inside with that even spacing all the way around. And this is sometimes what you have to do, Margaret, is just trim to make it look nice on the front.
And you gave us a little tip yesterday, which is just to slightly curve your scissors in, didn't you? Because that sort of hides it, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't cut straight, because you can cut the line.
Yeah.
Tilt your scissors at an angle, so not like that, like that.
Yeah.
And watch, the blade goes under the frame.
That's a really, really
Look,
top
see
tip
there where
as
it's
well.
caught?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just tilt it away.
Just tilt it away.
Yeah.
That way you never cut the top of the frame. So that would literally now just go flat using the new invisible Easy Box, or really useful box down there.
Yeah, it's really good, that. Very effective.
It is, to keep
we should
keep
give
it
that an item number, really.
I really think we should. But again, doesn't need any more foam tape on a larger card.
Yeah.
And there you go.
That's stunning. Right, now the emails are flooding in now, so you've started something now. Right. Kate says, if you have time, please can you tell John Lockwood he nearly gave me a heart attack yesterday when he deliberately dropped a really useful box on the floor to show how robust they are. He's my hero.
Oh.
Always thinking of hints and tips for the rest of us, cat-handed folk. And he sent me a kind reply to a query about a product from a show way, way back. I couldn't remember why I'd bought it, but he gave me some great ideas. Many thanks. Keeps crafting.
Oh, thank you. That is lovely.
Thank you, Kate. I'll leave that email with you.
Thank you. That's
'Cause
really nice.
That's a lovely one, isn't it? And just very, very quickly as well, Anne says, hi, John, Derek and all at the craft store. John, do you remember your early days and that Christmas cracker? I tried 3 with your measurements and it wouldn't work. You're such a genuine guy. You held your hand up on air, admitted I'd been in touch, and you got the maths all wonky.
Yep.
You've taught us crafters such a lot over the last 6 years, showing us mistakes that can be made and how to fix them, and a myriad of shortcuts. Your shows and content are so watchable and educational. You should have a 3-hour show.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
leave
You say that
that
because
with
I
you.
have a 2-hour show now once a month.
Yeah,
Funny
you
you
do.
should say that on that dart, on the cracker.
Yeah.
I think that's what taught me to make sure my maths is always right. But I ended up turning it into a die.
Yeah.
And it's back on the 12th.
Oh.
It has sold out every Christmas, and it is one of the only dies that we actually end up reordering every year.
Blimey.
So the proper cracker die will be back on the 2-hour show on the 12th.
Fabulous. Brilliant. Look forward to that. Thanks for all your emails. Keep them coming in. Studio@thecraftstore.com. Right, let's walk through your one-day special now, shall we? The most Oh, okay. Oh, brilliant. Do you know what? I'm so pleased. I'm not pleased for those people that are potentially going to miss out, but we're approaching limited stock now. So really, you know, forget 4 o'clock being your last chance to order. I think it's this hour that's probably the last chance to order. We are over halfway through this live hour now. It's an amazing collection. It's an amazing price tag. They are big dies as well, so they are impressive. But again, they leave you plenty of space for your own personality as well. It is an incredible collection. And I know we've got an extra special price because it is the birthday celebration. John is very, very well aware of scheduling of shows, etc., and knows that when he's coming to a big birthday celebration like this, whether it's their anniversary, whether it's our anniversary, that, you know, you need to bring that extra little something to the table. And this is a true delivery, John, isn't it?
I'd hope so. I mean, I'm never any good at saying... the most I can ever say on one of my collections is that I love it.
Yeah.
And I do. And I think people don't realise how long I have to live with them.
Yes.
You know, I've been living with some of the dies in this Christmas collection for nearly a year, either being sat in my head to the point of launching them yesterday.
Yeah.
Has almost been a year for some of them.
Yeah.
And to still have the enthusiasm to want to play with them after a year is the biggest sign I can go that people might like them.
Yeah, absolutely. They are glorious. I would absolutely urge you to have a closer look at them on our website as well if you get the chance. You have got a freedom price there as well, which is phenomenal. You can break it down into flexis. It is over £40, so if you haven't yet used your Bonanza £6 credit, which is on everyone's account, and you can use it once during the birthday celebrations, use it to shoehorn an extra £6 off for yourself. It will come off as you go through to the checkout. If you're not a Freedom member, the saving is so big that it's what we call a why not deal. So even if you signed up to be a member, your savings would cover your membership, and then of course that covers your postage for the rest of the month, and you get all the trappings of being a Freedom member, all the special discounts and everything else. Listen, please, if you're moving towards your decision, and listen, John will never push you into buying until you're ready, nor will I. That's not our job here. Our job is to show you how good the collection is. But if you are on the cusp of that decision, just know that we are approaching limited stock. And it was a big stock, and even the reserve stock was loaded, even before John was aware of that. So we're like, oh, hang on, that's much further forward than we expected to be. But listen, it's a birthday celebration. So there you go. Everyone gets a free gift as well, by the way. It is an at-random, beautiful Crafts 2 embossing folder as well. And the value of those is going up as they go out of the door, let me tell you. But bare minimum value about £4.99 on that. OK, let's do your bundle of your pollen now. Which is absolutely brilliant. Over 80% of this bundle sold out and gone. Now, we do have an item number for just the 6 festive pollens, which amounts to £18.99. But for this item number, which is just £1 more, you get all of these fabulous flat back sparkly gems. You get the 2 sticky applicators to apply them to your projects, and this massive bag of fake artificial snow as well. Faux snow. I was going to say fake. It's not fake, is it? It's faux. Faux snow.
I don't think you've had a chance to play with the faux snow.
I haven't,
before.
actually.
The faux snow, everyone loves this. It's what they use in the shop windows in the posh shops.
Oh, is it?
And in theatres.
Oh, now look.
To make proper snow.
Oh, look.
It isn't what you think it is. It is like, literally like... as I say, we've stolen it from the display aisle.
Yeah.
And it's what they use in the shops to give you, and on films and TV and theatre,
and so
to make it look like snow.
So we just sit it decoratively, do we?
Well, you can. I nearly did it all around these samples here and thought that Ben would actually kill me if I did. So I didn't do it. But the great thing is that also bulks out your glitter. It's great in shaker cards.
Oh.
But you add the clear pollen glitter to it, it will turn all of that into iridescent aurora, like borealis interference snow.
Oh, I
and
like
just
that.
a little bit, so it stretches your glitters out.
OK, listen, you can see the effect that it has as well. It is beautiful because it's not just glitter. It's glitter and mica and sand, and there's all sorts in there. So the texture on it is just gorgeous. 016725 is your item number, £19.99. Over 80% of the stock of that bundle has gone. Again, bear in mind, there is an item number which is just for the 6 pots of the festive glitter for £18.99. But you don't want to get that item number at all, when you can get the other bits for just £1 more. OK, so that's that one. Next up, we've got the festive tags and the sentiment dies as well. Is it festive words, I think it is, isn't it? Yes, think so. This is beautiful. So you get the two together, the stamps and the dies. They're absolutely delicious. And again, they don't overtake your designs as well. They are designed to sit in tandem with your designs without overtaking them. They're absolutely beautiful. So 10 dies and 11 stamps there. Such a nice array and a really lovely scale as well that won't overtake the kind of focal feature in your card. 754782 is your item number, £14.98. Right, OK. You have got the most incredible card stock. This is the first time that we've seen it in the show as well. This is amazing. Now, there's a real revelation in these packs as well, and they're all curated into colourways as well. What we'll get is, it's 6 different types of card and 5 sheets of each, John, isn't it?
Yes.
Including, and I'm sorry, but
You'll basically get a waterfall, which I know is your first love.
Yeah.
Nobody else has this.
It's gorgeous.
I would hate to say this is exclusive to us.
Yeah.
But we found this out. We got it recoloured for us.
It is blooming
So you've got the
awesome.
waterfall. It's got like stripes running down it.
Yeah.
But you've then got a satin and a mirror card.
Yeah.
And each of the sort of curated sets.
Yeah.
So each set has sort of 2 colours in there. So this one's gold and silver, but you get the same. So 5 waterfall in gold, 5 satin in gold, 5 gloss in gold, 5 waterfall in silver, 5 satin in silver, 5 gloss in silver.
And this one, 70% of the stock has gone. Now, listen, I'm going to whiz through these at some rate, actually. So if you want them, grab them. 714777 is the silver and gold. And that is incredible. That waterfall card, and until you've seen it in a card design, I'll grab one of the samples that has got the waterfall card in it. In fact, hello. Just look, and I'll just show you. Look, this has the gold in the middle. The effect, the visual effect of this is just so glorious. I've never seen. And you said it's not a glitter, John, either.
There is no glitter. I will 100% guarantee you that you will not get any glitter shedding from this.
Look.
Because no glitter has been used in the production of this card.
It's
honestly, all fake.
I just love it. Right, OK, let's look at the red and green pack now as well. Perfect Christmas. And with this one, your waterfall is the red and green. And again, you've got the satin, you've got the mirror card. Remember, it's 5 sheets of each. Where was the stock, Kirsty, sorry? Approaching half of the stock of this. And we've never really spent any great amount of time over here with these card packs, but you really need to get them. Bearing in mind, there's 5 sheets of each, which is brilliant. So 6 different cards, 5 sheets of each. So that's red and green, 611263 at £14.99. You want these all, by the way. By the time we get to the end of this counter, you'll just be like, oh, I can't make a choice between those. You just want them all. They're absolutely brilliant. You know the quality is there. And didn't you say 6 different types of card, and they came from different...
2 different manufacturers who are hundreds of miles apart.
And yet you managed to specify...
These are the colours that we wanted. These are not off the shelf.
Yes.
We were able to make sure they all matched across 2 manufacturers by choosing our own colours. So if you can see there, the sort of satin in the blue and the waterfall in the blue, if you put them together, you'll see that they're exactly the same colour.
Yeah.
But because of the way the waterfall's made, if you put it with silver, it looks purple.
It is absolutely incredible. I just love it. 165809. If you're like me and you're a metallic magpie, you're like, right, OK, I just have to have one of each of all of these sets. 165809. So, final one this is the pinks. And again, they're absolutely glorious. And do you know what? Instant mats and layers, although you'd gut the living daylights out of them to save any waste.
Yeah, you would not. Yeah,
yeah, you would.
You cut the tree out of the middle of it and then you use it as a mat.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. They are so beautiful together, aren't they? Again, 6 different types of card, wonderful curated collection that work, colours that work together there. 771644 is your item number at £14.99, and it comes to you all as individual packs, as you can see. And just one more, sorry, Marcus, because look, you just got to see. This is one by
That's Sheila.
Look, using that waterfall card and the lovely tree from the one-day special. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Right, OK. Happy hour. Oh, yes, the happy hour. Is that still there? Over 80% of the stock of the happy hour has sold out and gone. It's those 2 sets of embossing folders and dies there for you. The butterflies and the birds for £9.99. 071550 is your item number. That's going to be sold out by the end of the hour, so do grab it quickly. And there's a brand new happy hour that Peter has chosen from Crafts2, which is brilliant and an amazing price. And I have no idea what I'm talking about because I don't know what it is. John's the only one in the building that knows what it is, so you have to tune in at 4 o'clock to find out. Now, let's talk about this baby here, the Kaleido. Now, honestly, if you want one of the most genius die cutting machines there is, one of the simplest, one of the most effective. It is a hand die machine, but it also foils as well, John.
It does, yeah. This
All
is
in one
the difference. In one machine, this is a standard die cutting machine. A5, it'll take every die that I've launched on this collection. It works and cuts extremely well, magnetic base.
Yep.
The magic bit is it has a plug-in. And unlike traditional foiling machines, the Kaleido will allow you to foil with any stamp you have ever bought from any company.
Which is bonkers.
Full stop.
Yes.
Any ink technique that you can do, you can foil in the Kaleido. Anywhere you can use a liquid ink or an ink pad, you can now foil with the Kaleido, and this is the only machine that does it. So I've done shaving foam technique. You can press leaves in here. You can heat wax crayon backgrounds in here. There is so much you can do. Well, the thing I would say is on the last show when we launched it, Leonie bought one.
Yeah.
And she is the hardest person to sell anything to.
Yeah.
Because she has seen and knows everything.
Yes, absolutely. I've been on the cusp of a purchase of this, as you know, when we talked about it for the first time. This is the bundle, though. This is the bundle that I was waiting for, because this is the bundle that comes with all the foil colours as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you actually get 11 rolls of foil, because you get one in with your machine.
Anyway, yeah.
Plus the 10 separate coloured foils.
They are fabulous.
You get a 60ml bottle of the ink, so you know normal re-inkers are like 10 or 15ml.
Yeah.
So you get 60ml of the ink.
And that's what allows you to turn any of your stamps into a foil.
Yeah, because you get the ink pad that you ink yourself. Don't worry, there are 17 or 18 videos on YouTube now. A foiling pen,
which is amazing.
Anything you write, you can foil through the machine.
That for me is that's the winning feature of that. It's probably the smallest feature of it,
yeah.
But for me, it's the winning one.
You could stamp your own. You can stamp the sentiments just like I've done. These are the ones on the show.
Yeah.
These have been foiled in the Kaleido. So just if we can try and. So they've been foiled in the Kaleido in gold. So you could foil the sentiment for the front, as you would have in a card.
Yeah.
You could then print an insert on paper in your laser printer or photocopier and foil it through the Kaleido. You could then sign that with the pen with your own hand and foil it again in a different colour. You could foil on foil on foil.
It's absolutely bonkers. I mean, to start talking about this with 13 minutes left in the show is dangerous territory for me and John, because we could now go on for the next 3 hours talking about it. Two things I would suggest doing. Look at Kaleido on Rewind, because you'll find, if you search the word Kaleido on Rewind, you'll find the previous shows. John, you've got YouTube videos as well.
There are 17 or 18 YouTube videos, plus all the previous shows from the Crafts store.
Oh, brilliant.
Have also been loaded onto my YouTube channel.
Where do we find them?
So just go onto YouTube, search John Next Door, and it will come up. Or if you're in the Crafting with John Next Door and Crafts2 Facebook group, Paul and Elaine, some great friends of ours, have put 3 new PDF lists up today. One specifically with a Kaleido, which lists every show and every technique with a link. Fabulous. For you to get them.
Second suggestion I mean, I don't know, I'm speaking completely out of school, but I pretty much know that we will have good reviews as well on our website. So if you go and have a look at the item number on the website, plenty of people have got their machine now and have started playing and loving with it. So I'm sure there are some amazing reviews there as well. Everyone that has encountered this machine has said good things about it. And I absolutely love it. Oh, OK, listen, I didn't know whether there were any reviews whatsoever.
They've literally just found them as we were talking.
I pretty much knew, though, without even asking. Yeah, love this machine, really easy to use. Bundle is great value. I've made some cards with it already and only had it 2 weeks. Fantastic product and service. Great machine, fully recommend it. Foiling and other heat-related, excellent. Die cutting and embossing, a bit too much pressure and handle feels stiff. But that's what you actually want, more stiffness than less, don't you, really?
Yes, you don't want it to be loose,
no.
You want it to be stiff. We've got quite a few first-time buyers who've gone for this.
Yeah.
And I've guided quite a few people through, and they've gone, oh, I didn't realise there was like a sleeping policeman to get over.
Yeah.
You want that, otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's the pressure that does the job of die cutting, and of course adjusting your plates and shims and things for different dies will absolutely get you where you need to be. Again, there's plenty of guidance from John on the shows as well, and support on Facebook, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, right, listen, if I don't shut up, we'll never get anything else done in this hour, so Demo 2, John.
Demo 2, very quick twofer.
OK, great.
So a very quick twofer. So what I've done is I've taken the... I've got to find them now because everything is piled everywhere, sorry. The Twinkling Snowflakes. And what I love about these is they are a beautiful die, but as I said, because they're loose and separate, you've got options of where you place them.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, now, I love things to be on a plate because it's great for using scraps and using less space, but sometimes you want to do a trail, you know, sometimes you'll want to do a trail of snowflakes across something, or something like that. You know, that's what the ability you've got with these is. But the other thing that we've got is, because you can do that, it means that you can make a stencil. Now, you would think these are far too delicate to stencil.
Yeah.
They're not. This is cut out of Crafts 2 linen cards. This is 240 GSM.
Right, OK.
Yeah, it's nothing... You know, it's not amazing.
Yeah.
But you would think all these bits get caught. I've already done that background with it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but I call it a twofer because, now I'm going to try and do this a little bit darker because I know that colours don't come off very well on the overhead, do they, unfortunately?
No.
So, but this is, look. Nothing's tearing. I'm using the craft artist brushes. But literally, they're not moving.
Look at that.
Really, really simple. And I'm not being careful.
And you just made that out of a linen card?
Yeah, literally, of 240. I didn't want anyone to think, oh, he's using Mylar or he's got a really, you know, you've gone for a really thick or dense 350 card or something. Yeah. So I thought, if I use a linen card, most people at home know our linen card.
Yes.
So you know how thick or thin it is.
Is it on the show, John?
It's not.
Okay.
We have a... It's made for us in the Netherlands.
So we have a logistics issue.
Logistics are not the best at the moment for getting this in.
Okay.
We'd got it all planned to do as a show for a pick and mix of every colour available. Okay. And the stock just did not arrive.
Okay, right. So watch this space.
Yeah, eventually one day, when the vans get better, we will. So I would build up. I mean, I actually just like that as it stands, to be honest.
It is, it's lovely.
But I said I'd do a twofer, so I've used the insert sheets to make myself a frame. And look, it's straight.
Yay!
It's rarely straight
Makes
when
all
I
the
do
difference, doesn't it?
It really does. So I'm just going to stick this one on.
Little things sometimes are the biggest achievements, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Yeah, I'm just impressed with myself. So just
yeah.
onto the background. I would spend a little bit more time, you know, putting a few more layers on as I've got with the lighter one. Yeah. Because I've added silver on because I'm using the Craft Artist pearl inks, so these are all pearlised. So I would just simply trim that down, and then with all the scraps, and this is what I love sometimes about separate dies, I actually ran through one afternoon whilst watching The Good Witch. I know exactly what I've been watching for every show I'm doing. Sad. I look at a card sample and I think, oh yeah, I was watching that when I did that. That was all Vera, and that was all done on...
That's a good way of keeping the mind sharp.
Yeah, so again, I've cut out scraps, because this is the perfect... But look how beautifully these come out.
Ooh,
in the satin card and the mirror card.
This is the
That's
cards
not been
from
embossed.
the paper cards from the packs as well that we've got on the show, isn't it?
But doesn't that look like a metal embellishment I've bought?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And I'm not sort of saying it to try and convince people. To me, it genuinely does. So I would just add...
And you could do the same for what is now your stencil. Make a frame and put it around that. You put a sheet of something behind that, couldn't you?
I could, and perhaps that's what I was planning to do, because we're doing a twofer.
Oh, sorry. I'm so good at mind reading sometimes. I'm like, I've got a terrible spoiler alert.
If I'd got more time, I'm using my jewel picker because it's easier.
We didn't discuss that, by the way.
So I've got multiple... We didn't at all. So there, and then that would go on to its card blank.
Yeah.
And then I was going to wrap one of the sentiments of the Happy New Year on the tags around.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But as I said, twofer. So I pulled out a piece.
I'm just
And I
going
would
home
personally use a scrap for this. But this is the waterfall card in the same colour.
I adore
in
that card.
Same, I mean, look how close they've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different factories, hundreds of miles apart. That's what I was so impressed with.
Yeah.
So this, as your stencil, you don't want to waste that, goes onto there. Then your frame goes onto there.
Yes.
And again, we would take more of the snowflakes and put your sentiment over. So this time I would probably start to put some more of the silver ones on, because I've used all sorts of scraps, and just fill the gaps. So here we go. There's a couple more in silver. But it's using, and genuinely, this is using scraps.
And look, and 2 minutes ago, that was a stencil.
Yeah.
On a piece of linen card.
But it's got the beautiful colours in it, and we've gone two for one, two.
See, just adding that frame and being able to add it accurately as well with those sheets, which are on the end of call as well. Right, OK, we're about to run out of time. We've got another show at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know where the stock will be by then. I can tell you where we are right now. One day special. We are now approaching limited stock. Lots of you have been ordering in the hour. Lots will order after the hour as well. So get your order in as quickly as you possibly can, because it is a lovely, lovely collection. It's really, really beautiful. So diverse, so beautiful, so interchangeable and workable with basically everything that John and Crafts 2 have done that is Christmas over the last few years. And for the future as well. So
and for the future. And this works really well with some of the new 2J's products we've got coming out for Christmas later this month. And next month. So it's been designed to tie in with all of those as well.
Love it. Please, quick reminder of your happy hour as well. You don't want to miss those because they're good. That price is good for another 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The butterfly and the bird dies and embossing folders there for you. £9.99. Check those out before midday. John is back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I'm not even going to ask him for any clues. I'm just going to say look out for the happy hour and more fabulous demos at 4 o'clock, and check out your basket.